What's good, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? JDaisy here with the JDaisy Gaming Channel, here with Colony Survival. This is a Minecraft-esque survival simulator type game. Apologies if they don't like being called like Minecraft, but they're dealing with blocks and block-like building, very similar to Minecraft-esque. If you're a big fan of Minecraft and subsequently the mods of Minecraft, you're probably going to be a fan of this. This is kind of a more dumbed down version of it, but it has its own little qualities that I think are very nice. So it's your basic kind of survival building game where you build with blocks. Except this one's kind of thing, I would say, is the fact that you kind of build automation, but you don't build automation in the form of robots. You build automation in the form of people. The bigger your colony gets, the more people you get, the more food you have to produce, the more tasks you can have your little minions or villagers or whatever you'd like to call them working on. Because every night at night, zombies will attack and try and kill your villagers, as well as they are immediately drawn to the source block that you put down that claims your territory. So they will just inevitably come. Graphically, it's not the textures on the blocks are great, but once you see them for the past 40 hours, you get really tired of it. I know I did not play the game for 40 hours. The minions, villager people, I mean, is pretty low par per se, and the zombies are pretty much the same caliber. You're not dealing with GTA level uh, um, quality here. By the way, it did come out June 16th, 2017. Is in early access on Steam for $19.99, so $20. Um, and if I'm kind of ragging on it a little bit, it's just because I played it for probably about 6-7 hours. Not even that, probably 4 or 5 hours. Now that I say that out loud, probably of that is the 3 hours you're seeing here, where I tried to vanilla build it and figure everything out. And I kind of got to a point where I was just kind of bored of it. Like I said, you kind of get tired of seeing all the same textures. You get tired of, it's not the most complex of games. So then I just kind of took to god tiering it, where I would just build infinitely and such like that. And it was a little more fun, but I noticed a lot of the resources you need are pretty far down in that god level thing. Especially like the copper and stuff, they're pretty far down there that you have to get to it, which is kind of a bummer. Which means you either have to manually mine all the way down there, which isn't hard at all, or to try and get your minions to mine down there, which is kind of more difficult. As far as that goes, the minions are not very bright at all. They pretty much work on a linear path of, I need to get to my job, it's this way, I'm going to walk this way. So you're not dealing with a very advanced AI here. But it's nice that you don't have to constantly be tending to fields. They can tend to the fields. You don't constantly have to be crafting the nails or what have you. They can do it. So if you like things like Factorio or something, this is kind of up that same vein of, why should I have to do it? I can make somebody that'll do it while I go off and do other things. Pretty much my people would just mine, or would grow food, and then I would go off and mine. And then at night, I just kind of built my thing on a peninsula, and I would just stand in front of the hut with my sling and just slay any zombie that got close. It took about 2 sling bullets and the zombies would die. So as long as I made sure I knew where night was and I'd come out of the mine, everything was fine. Eventually, I got to the point where I just built out a little bit, made a wall on the peninsula there, as you see, and just was able to keep the zombies out that way. It was not very hard at all for me. Eventually, I got one archer that just stood there, and he was able to protect the entire village because I made one spot. I did learn when I was in the god tier stuff that if you completely isolate your village from the rest of the world, it goes into what's called siege mode, where zombies move faster, quicker, pretty much gives them all a buff, and food consumption is up. So you can't just wall your people off in a big box. You'll starve pretty quickly. Actually, I don't think it buffs them at all. I think it just makes you require more food, which is obviously going to be kind of your binding, your thing that you're going to keep coming back to, is making sure you have food. Also, a graphical thing, I noticed that the bloom is just freaking crazy in this game. And I couldn't find any setting to turn it down. I mean, the sand was almost reflective along with the water, so that was kind of annoying. But it is early access, so I'm kind of in a little bit slack. Um, but yeah, for 20 bucks, it's not a huge investment, but it's also you're not getting a huge return. If you go to like the Steam page or anything, you'll see kind of these massive, crazy colonial buildings that people have done, but you can do that the same with Minecraft. You see all these crazy buildings that other people have done, but you know you probably will never get to that level if you're like me, anyways. So I'm sure you can take this game, and it's like I said, it's kind of like Minecraft. It's a block open, build what you want style of game. So if you are more creatively inclined and can do crazy things with this, it is your oyster. I mean, you can build, and your people will take care of themselves. You can go off and build yourself a mighty castle, to hold off a horde that will never test that castle, really. Um, and that's kind of a little harsh, but as far as I'm concerned, it's an all right little game. I'm not crazy about it at all. The concepts are there. It's just I can get them better and from better places for a better price. But it is in early access, so I may come back to it later, see where it is, if it's going to get patched and made better. But just if you already have everything else and you're just looking for a change of pace, a change of scenery, go ahead and try it out. But if you have, modded Minecraft or Factoria, I think those would be much better bang for your buck. Personally, not saying the game's not good. It's just I feel you can get better things, better places for a better price. It's a little harsh, but that's how I feel. That's what this channel is about. I wasn't overly impressed with my time in Colony Survivor, but that's just my opinion. As always, that is always up for discussion. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, always leave them down in the comment box. But until the next one, we're all in this one together. See you in the next one.